Hey guys, just got back from the game. Another disappointing loss. Was looking forward to this matchup between Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis for a second time around. We went down there, handed them a loss in their home court. They came up and handed us a loss. It wasn't the matchup I anticipated because these two big men that were going against each other have a lot of the same skill set. I think Anthony Davis has the athleticism over Joel Embiid, but everything else is the same. They're both superstar players. Embiid's going to be a superstar player. AD is on the brink of becoming one and is one, you could say. He started off really slow though. Joel had his number. He started off 1 for 9. Anthony Davis did, and then Joel Embiid got in foul trouble, and I think that's what really got him going. After that, Embiid started off really hot. He had 9 points. He ended up with 11 points total, 6 rebounds. He shot 4 of 12, so he didn't play too good tonight. I really wanted him to establish his position down there on the block, get a lot of post moves going tonight, but it seems like he's really relying on his shot. Now, I like seeing him shoot. I think that's an element that adds to his game. Guys having to guard him out there on the perimeter, it's awesome, but I feel like he's relying on it too much rather than going down there and banging with the big boys. I mean, he's 7'2". You don't want your big man shooting less than 40% down there. It shouldn't be. And I think since he's become so successful with that jump shot that he's relying on it a lot. AD, just like I said, was 1 for 9, and then he heated up and he had 31 points, 16 rebounds, 2 blocks. So he had a good game. And these two teams are similar too. There's really nobody on either team. You've got superstar big man, superstar big man. I can't wait for Ben Simmons to get back. He's just going to add another element. These are just bare rosters right at the moment. Not much on them. I think he would add another element and would take pressure off Joel Embiid. He's still got that minutes restrictions on him, and people are saying the log jam is really disrupting this. I think it's too early to really call it quits on the Joel Embiid and Jahlil Okafor experiment. I still think we got to give these guys times to play a little together. It's too early to be calling it quits. Jahlil just looked lost out there on defense again. I mean, the guy, I just don't think he's going to get it ever. He's just not going to be a great defender. It is what it is. We got Nerlens in there. He got a standing ovation. It was nice to see. He got 6 minutes there in the third quarter because Joel Embiid was in foul trouble, and Brett said that the only way we were going to be seeing Noel if our big men were in foul trouble. He was able to get on the board. I think he had 4 points, a block shot. Good to see him out there. I think we really need to get Noel out there more. If this is imperative, it's imperative to get him out there and show what he can offer if we really want to increase his trade value. Sitting him on the bench is doing him no good. It's doing him no good, and it's doing us no good. Especially when we're trying to unload him. It's going to depreciate his trade value. So I don't know what the brain trust is thinking here. I don't know if this is the brain trust doing this or if this is Noel and his party doing this. Either way, it's just bad for business. Unless they have something worked out and we're just biding our time and waiting. If it's that deal with the Trailblazers waiting for Allen Crabbe and his January 15th deal from that offer sheet that he signed, and we're waiting to trade with him, or they have a deal worked out with Toronto already, and we know the connections between Brian Colangelo and Toronto. That's the only way I see this feasible for the steps they're taking towards trying to get rid of Noel and benching him. The kid is doing no good for really mouthing off in his interviews. He's just being a cancer so far. I can understand both parties, though, and what they're going through, but you got to be a team player. You're a restricted free agent at the end of the year. If you do get traded, you're only going to be 3 months to whatever team you do get traded to, if at all. But you don't want to have that mentality attached to you that you're going to be a problem when you go somewhere. Teams don't like that. Organizations don't want that in their locker room. It's bad for business. It's bad for team chemistry. Just to touch back on the logjam at center a little bit, I don't think this is really hurting Joel's game at all. I don't think by having these 3 guys here is really hurting his play. I just think he's a rookie still where he had an outstanding game against the Nets. He had 33 career high, 33, 10, and 3 blocks. He played awesome. He did play against Brook Lopez and a terrible Nets team, but it was great to see. he just hasn't been as consistent. I mean, his shot selection has gone down, and he even came out and said that he wanted to be known for a guy that doesn't shoot around the perimeter and take shots. He wants to bang down there on the post and get down there on the block, and do work there. But I was really looking forward to this matchup, and it just wasn't what I anticipated. It was early on, but Anthony Davis got the better of us. It's these two teams are basically battling for the top pick right now. Two atrocious teams. The rosters are bare-boned, very thin. They got nothing going for them. They got Buddy Hield, so I don't know if they would go for a guard. It's just there's not much talent on there. And we had the lead, and then we just dropped it. The only consistent player that we've really had all year has been Ersan Ilyasova. And he's a free agent at the end of this year. So do we go out and pay him? That's another big man. You get Ben Simmons back. I know he's going to be playing the point forward, but again, it's another big man. He's 6'10". So how are they going to rotate and get all these guys some playing time and give them some minutes? Now, Brian Colangelo came out and said this guy should run for Senate or politics, be a politician or something, because he's playing it so sly. He's not revealing his hand, which I like. But I think he's got something going on. Just the way that he's talking and the way he was alluding to the situation with Nerlens Noel and what both sides are doing, that he's got so much potential. He's a great player, but you're basically saying he was too good to be out on the floor with everybody, and that's not what's going on. I mean, Noel has backed himself into a corner. It is what it is. We got to move forward with what's going on. But, I mean, if anybody should be complaining, it's Richaun Holmes. You don't see this guy coming out here and complaining on national TV and his interviews or complaining to the coach or tweeting or anything like that. It's just, you can't do it, Nerlens. I love you to death. I hope this situation works out because I think you would be a key piece moving forward with your defensive skills. Whatever, you don't have an offensive game, that's fine. The log jam is a problem, but it's not Hinkie's fault. Hinkie did everything that he could to get this team out of the trenches from what it was. This organization was a disaster before Hinkie took over. He took best player available in each draft. I don't doubt or deny anything that he did. I back Hinkie 100%. You did what you had to do, and you guys kind of kicked him to the curb before he really could complete what he wanted to do. So now it comes up to Brian Colangelo and Jerry Colangelo. You put your son in this situation and yourself. So it's your turn. It's your objective to fix this and get the best pieces, or get pieces to move forward. Get best players available. What are you going to do? It's not his fault that there's a log jam. He just took best player available. So let's see what you can do. Let's see what magic you can work. You keep saying it's not my fault, it's not my fault. Well, let's see what you can do. Let's see if you can make gold out of this situation. So we will see what happens. I just hate seeing this team lose to a Pelicans team that we easily could have beat. We were up, I think, 10, 15 points. It was a very up and down game. They blow it all the time. In the third quarter, they just let their leads go, and then they just stop playing. And I feel like the team is relying so much on Joel Embiid to be the superstar that he is, but remember, he is a rookie. He hasn't played in 2 years, so I think the season is starting to catch up to him. So somebody else is going to have to step up on this team and wait for Ben Simmons to come back, but before that, somebody else is going to have to help this guy out. And, Gerald Henderson's, the vets that we brought in, should be able to help Joel Embiid and get some wins, but it is what it is. We'll see what happens. We don't have another home game until January 3rd against the T-Wolves. That should be another exciting matchup. We get to see them. They really handed us one on TNT out there in Minnesota, so I hope we can return the favor when they come here, and it'll be Karl Anthony Towns versus Joel Embiid. So I hope the situation's a little different. He didn't play too good against Karl Anthony Towns. He had an awesome game against us, if I remember correctly. But yeah, we'll see what happens, and we play Phoenix next. Another team that isn't very good, and there's been looms and trade talks that we could be shipping Noel out there. I've seen 10, 15 different trade talks that Noel's going here, Noel's going there, Okafor's going there. So, trying to get tired of that. I just got to calm down and let the trade rumors go as they may, and until something happens, if it happens. So we will see. I'd really love to get Brandon Knight in here and get a two-guard, a shooting guard. If we can somehow get Klay Thompson, it's never going to happen. unless he leaves there in free agency, but a trade's not going to happen. People were saying, oh, Noel's going to go out there and we give up Ja, the Laker pick, Noel. I don't even think that would be enough to pry Clay away from the Warriors. I really think they want to keep him and let Steph Curry walk and then pay KD. But that's another video for another time. So you guys leave your comments and concerns and let me know what you thought of the play tonight. Do you think Embiid is suffering because of the logjam, or is it something else? Is it just the rigors of being a rookie and as the season goes on? All right, see you guys. This is Kyle Gaffner with the Bitter Birds, signing out.